So we were just discussing last week how it's a bleak situation for the box office and has been all year, and historically bad October specifically. And the theater kids had to save the day. They swooped in with Wicked for Good, which is the sequel to 2024's Wicked, and it has now performed even better both domestically and internationally compared to last year's installment, and completely justified their decision to make it a two-parter, which I bemoaned at the time. But I understand the theater kids are a cash cow, and the proof is in the pudding. They say this has made $150 million in its opening weekend in North America and $76 million overseas, for a total of $226 million globally on its opening weekend. And that was compared with $112 million domestically on last year's installment of the franchise. We have a 20 here from Pop Culture Junkie. I had a recent experience at a local place called Miller's Ale House here in Orlando. The meal was late, really not that late. The manager came by at the end of our meal and gave us a card good for $40 for our next visit. Wow, they're really going above and beyond. Not around here. We don't have experiences like that around here.
I mean, people aren't eating out as much. People don't have the money to eat out.
See, I remember, Shane, you were asking for restaurant recommendations in this area, and we were like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It sucks. Not all of it, but we didn't really have any.
Well, also, like when they say that, like it feels like a test where they're like, just how deep is your palate? Like, what type of unique restaurants you go to? I'm like, Olive Garden.
Yeah, we're not that creative. I'm like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Sheets. Anyway,
here's a list. If you guys are wondering, here's
a
list of all of these things that went on with the release of Wicked. So it says biggest global opening for a Broadway musical adaptation of all time, ahead of the original, Wicked from last year. Fourth best Hollywood debut of 2025, behind Lilo and Stitch, Jurassic World Rebirth, and the Minecraft movie, which means it surpassed Superman, the Fantastic Four. Fifth largest start for a musical of all time, behind the Lion King remake. Does that count as a musical? I guess it does.
Yeah.
I guess it does.
Yeah.
Moana 2, Frozen 2, and the 2017 Beauty and the Beast. That feels like 2 lifetimes ago.
And biggest domestic debut for a stage-to-screen adaptation, above last year's Wicked. Second highest grossing opening weekend of 2025, ahead of Lilo and Stitch. That is crazy.
Yep.
That is maybe the most shocking one here, and behind the Minecraft movie. Second largest start for Universal, behind Jurassic World 2015. Second highest debut prior to Thanksgiving, after Hunger Games Catching Fire. Third best launch for any musical, behind 2019's The Lion King and 2017's Beauty and the Beast. And then internationally, the biggest international for a Broadway adaptation, it's just ahead of last year's Wicked. So, although I was devastated to learn it was a two-parter, and they kind of hid that in the marketing for the first Wicked last year, it turns out that they made the right call.
So here's the thing, guys. The year is not over. The box office still has a chance to turn around, at least for the poor theater owners who actually want to turn a profit, which is never happening. Zootopia 2 is like setting records for opening in China. That doesn't really help the American box office. Remember that they keep about 25% of it there, but it indicates a high opening for Zootopia. And then, of course, at the end of the year, on December 19th, we get Avatar: Fire and Ash, which will, of course, do big numbers for theaters as well. Though I did watch this hilarious video over the weekend. It says a person that doesn't exist, and it's a guy just repeating 8 different ways about how his favorite movie is Avatar.
The verdict is in, and theater kids slop is popular.
And Anaconda, I have a feeling Anaconda with Jack Black could end up being kind of a sleeper end of the year hit, depending on how they market it. I think that one could do really well. And they've got Marty Supreme, which is supposed to be like supposed to be like a Oscar
indie hit, maybe.
But those are our big movies for the rest of the year.
Timothée Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow doing it.
And The Housemaid.
Housemaid with Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney. Do
you care about the SpongeBob movie?
No, not at all.
I didn't even know there was going to be a SpongeBob movie.
I don't even feel like, I could be out of touch, but I don't even feel like kids these days care about SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Feels more like my generation that was into that.
Yeah, I mean...
Nothing will top the original SpongeBob movie to
yeah,
me.
and it's not quite in the genre where it's like a millennial favorite where they can bring their kids to, because you're not expecting Gen Zers to bring their kids
No,
to
it's
see
an
it.
elder Zoomer IP.
So
for
really,
sure.
in about 10 years, we could expect maybe a SpongeBob revival as they bring their kids, as Gen Zers, the 5 that have kids, bring their 5 children to see it.
Kill me now.
Yeah, that could
Sad
happen.
what's happened to SpongeBob.
Wicked is doing very, very well.
Yeah.
And the thing about Wicked is that it's very likely to have strongholds week after week. It's not going to have these huge drops that I think like Fantastic Four or Superman or any of these superhero movies, which tend to be very front-loaded pictures. They make most of their money in the opening week. I feel like Wicked will have strongholds week over week.
Do you think that it's going to break $1 billion?
What did the last one make?
The last one made somewhere under 800 million total, I believe.
Maybe it ends up in Minecraft territory in the 900.
Okay.
But the thing is people are praising this movie. At least they're praising Ariana's performance in it and saying that. I mean, the discourse that I was seeing over the weekend was about how they made Dorothy the bad guy. I don't know about all that.
Oh.
I haven't read the book.
Well,
it
is of course it's basically a Broadway fan fiction about the Wizard of Oz.
So
it's a retelling.
But but X discourse aside, if the word of mouth is good and it looks like it is, that this movie could have, like, people are saying that Ariana Grande is going to win like an Oscar for this movie.
Your opinion, do you think that the performance of the first or second Wicked has something to do with the discourse about how its stars have somehow become mentally and physically ill in the making of it?
What do you mean?
It feels a little bit old Hollywood for them to be on the press tour, making a fool of themselves, looking sickly, seeming like totally codependent on each other, because of all of the stories that we know about the making of the original Wizard of Oz movie, where people were like, there was like fires, deaths, incredible accidents happening on set. There's a lot of talk about how we're going to find out in a documentary 10 years from now that the making of Wicked Part 1 and 2 was an absolute nightmare for everyone involved. But for now, all we can see is the aftermath in how Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are behaving and looking on the press tour. So it feels a little bit old Hollywood to me. And I'm wondering if that part of the discourse has something to do with people being drawn just out of pure morbid curiosity to go see the movie.
It feels like if we were going to get those stories, we'd already get them, because leaks are so prevalent these days. Like, it just feels like leaks happen all the time in Hollywood.
It's harder to hide those things these days. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a quiet on set for Wicked.
I mean, they're all adults, so let's...
In 5 to 10 years, we'll find out what really happened.
John Chu is hitting them with, like, some type of weapon.
Of course, I mean, most of the discourse I am seeing about Wicked has to do with the press tour, not the movie. And the notion that Ariana Grande has completely annihilated her former self and become Glinda. And I want to show this skit video of Ariana Grande in 2025 talking to Ariana Grande in the 2010s.
Okay.
Awards are right now.
Yeah.
Where are they?
You shouldn't have said that. Don't give him any ideas, man.
Is hosting an awards show the worst possible gig?
Yeah, I just want to sing. I want to be there. I want to hit my mark, do my choreo, like feel good in it.
Have you ever considered phoning it in and lip syncing?
I'm good, man.
Will you stay on the 13th floor?
Kill me, get your ass in here. That's a good question.
The universe has a plan.
Always.
But sometimes it's a really gnarly plan.
She sounds like Justin Bieber when he does his, like, half black voice.
Yes, black scent. It's crazy.
But nonetheless, it still has a plan.
Do you know what my astrology chart is?
That's the spaciest shit I ever said.
Is the Illuminati real?
No, this was actually like a huge debate.
So they're gonna hear this and they're gonna freak out. Like, if you put them names, it's gonna be a thing.
Do you know?
I had to pretend that they didn't exist for a long time, so.
If I'm honest, I don't want to see.
Do you believe in aliens?
Nah.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
No matter how good you think somebody has it, everybody feels that. You know?
Because, we see it in each other.
We trust you.
I think it's...
Who is this woman?
Look, Hollywood celebrities have to put on many faces over their careers. They have to evolve with the times.
Glinda, Blackiana, or Arigato Grande.
I prefer Arigato Grande. That's my personal
If we could have
favorite.
just paused time at
something-
Arigato Grande,
That's my personal choice.
that was peak Grande.
Like, and the thing is, you can have revival eras now too. She can go
Yeah.
back to that down the line.
Yeah,
Right?
it does show that Ariana Grande is no exception. Most performers have no real sense of self, and this specifically applies to her with the projects she's involved in, but also her boyfriends. In the Black Iana videos, she was in a relationship with Big Sean at the time. So she just became whoever her boyfriend wanted her to be.
Yeah.
Same situation now.
And now
Except it's with
her-
Cynthia Erivo. Cynthia Erivo is to Big Sean as Black Iana is to Galinda.
Well, she's got her simp real boyfriend though. Who's
Yes,
like,
she
who's
does.
out there saying like, what did I see Ethan Slater say the other day? He's like, she's not a singer trying to be an actor or an actor trying to be a singer. She's both, and
Right.
and really good.
Period.
And I was like, okay, bro, she's not gonna let you hit it.
Yeah, she's gonna be done with him in no time. But I guess rumors of a breakup be damned. They still appear to be in a relationship.
Look, he was on the red carpet the other day. I said this guy desperately needs like a full beard. Like I feel like he could benefit
could
greatly from
be a
a
good look for
fade
him.
and a full beard. And he's got the curly hair, so he can have a zoomer haircut. He can
Yeah.
have a broccoli haircut and get himself a full beard, and he'll reinvent himself.
Maybe
he'll be
then
fine.
people would stop comparing him to her brother.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.